5 o'clock hour arrived at our house the other day when my wife, her heart set on trying out a new cocktail recipe, asked me if I wouldn't mind crushing her some ice. And, being the good husband that I am, 1 minute later my wife had all the crushed ice she needed. Now I must admit we hardly ever use crushed ice in our home. But when the need does arise, I have always done it the same way. And when asked, this is the only method I recommend. First, I get out my Lewis ice bag. This, of course, is a reproduction of the original Lewis ice bags first used and produced in the 19th century. It's made of double-stitched canvas, no electricity needed, no moving parts, and it's very, very durable. Next, I grab my mallet. The one I use has been in my family for many, many years. It's a 19th century oak carpenter's mallet. But in truth, any hard, heavy object will do just fine. Dropping a few large cubes into the bag, I give it a good whack, and voila, crushed ice. Simple, right? The items I've mentioned are easy to use, inexpensive, and with a wee bit of care, will last you a lifetime. So why would anyone want to crush ice any other way? Well, as has been the case down through history, Madison Avenue, or its vintage equivalent, seems to have convinced the public that their lives were not complete unless they had the latest and the greatest of whatever the advertisers happened to be hawking at that particular time. So it stands to reason that, say, if you were a housewife in the 1930s, your life would have been shown to be a barren wasteland, unless you had one of these lightning icebreakers to help you when you needed crushed ice for your rum swizzle. The model on the left came out in the mid-30s and was shortly followed in the late 30s by the one on the right. These were made of sturdy cast iron by the North Brothers Company of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And they are seen here with their original green glass bowls that were there to catch the bounty. They were a compact affair compared to earlier versions. You simply inserted ice in the hopper and turned the handle. Now don't think for a minute that crushing ice by hand had completely gone by the wayside. In the 1940s, the Ibelo Company, along with a number of others, made these handheld aluminum ice crushers. And of course, there was the Cornwall Home Run Ice Crusher, a very basic affair. And who could forget the Challenger Ice Mallet? But alas, the allure of owning newfangled gadgetry was too great. And come the 1950s, your home bar was not complete, and I'm sure pangs of anxiety felt if you didn't possess one of these little babies. There was the rival Bucketeer, the Daisy Iceramic, the Swingaway, the Oster Regency, the rival Isomatic, the rival Isomatic Vogue, the Daisy Atomic Triple Ice Crusher Model 160, the Lilo, the Magic Hostess, and the rival Isomatic Model 840. The amount of crushed ice needed back then must have been enormous, as there were all manner of shapes, sizes, and colors to choose from. There were tabletop and wall-mounted units. Hand-cranked or electric, there was something for everyone. You just drop in your cubes and turn the handle. And you turn the handle. Hang on. There you go. Crushed ice. I remember one evening my dad coming home from work, gathering us around the table and unveiling the family's new rival Bucketeer. "This is not a toy," he announced as he placed it carefully atop my parents' bar as one might place a treasured family heirloom. And it sat there for as many years as I can remember. And here's the really funny thing. I don't ever remember it actually ever being used. See you next week. Cheers.